England, well, you lost 20 of these. 26s, you lost them. You better go and find them, lads. What a delivery. Beautiful delivery. You tell me how many balls they got before this competition. How many did they have to buy?
180.
180. Good if you play in darts, that. Triple 20, triple 20. You beauty, jackpot, 180.
It's a very good over so far. 5 balls down. Can he get out of the over without getting hit for a 6? It's a fantastic over if he can.
Yeah, really good over. He was praised by Jofra Archer when he bowled at England's side in 2022, and what an over that is in quarter-final number 4. 1 over done. Bangladesh 9 without loss.
And thin, mate.
Beautiful place to watch cricket. Lovely shot. First 6 of quarter-final number 4. I don't want to even know how many 6s have been hit today. Here we go. 4-3-1. Ridiculous.
Yeah. Just missed his length by a fraction, and we've seen that over the course of the 2 days. If you just miss by a fraction, the batters are absolutely all over you.
209 first day, 222 today. Rarities today, dot deliveries.
They are rare. I reckon we can count on 2 hands maybe and how many dots we've had.
And you know, after the first couple of games, I thought perhaps this surface is not going to be as good, and maybe we're not going to see as many 6s. I was wrong.
You were wrong. Yeah, no, the hitting that's been on display today has been absolutely outstanding.
We've still got a day to go. Teams looking to win the trophy, the cup. Teams looking to win the bowl as well. What an end we're having to day 2. We talked about the light. If the light gets bad enough that the umpires have to take the players off, then in that second innings, it constitutes a game after 2 overs. So important that the chasing side, which is the UAE, keep an eye on Duckworth Lewis Stern, not DLS. That'll have to be bowled again. Separate system to DLS, not using that, but they'll still have to keep an eye on it going into that second over if it does get dark.
Yeah, well, let's keep our fingers crossed that we can get through this full fixture, because these 2 teams, they deserve to be here the way they played so far, and hopefully this will go through to the distance.
Nicely down the ground, and bisects both long on and long off. Great to see the crowds coming in. Good for Hong Kong cricket as well to get the crowds in. You've been here, you know how important it is for the region.
100%. You need people talking about the game. We've had plenty of people. The corporates have been in. But we need to be talking about the game in this country, and that's what's really important.
In the air, into the gap. Yeah, important sponsors, of course. Without sponsors, we don't get a tournament. Good piece of fielding. Might have to be checked.
Let's have a quick look. I felt he was okay when I first looked at it. Yeah, that's no problem whatsoever.
"18 runs from the first 5 deliveries, a ball left." Decent delivery. Little bit of swing back in. They'll pick up 2. And a better over for Bangladesh. 20 from it. 2 overs are done. And they are 29 without loss. Sun is dropping quickly. No twilight here, it just goes. Still 3 overs left in this first innings of the 4th quarter final. Bangladesh put into bat by the UAE. Zahor with a decent first delivery. Little bit of swing. We've seen that ever so often with certain bowlers.
Yeah, 100%. Especially this morning when there was some overcast conditions. The cloud has burnt off this afternoon. But Zahor is known for bowling his death skills for the UAE. He's done it for such a long time. He'll be trying to bowl 6 out of 6 Yorkers here.
Doesn't get a York, and this is powered down the ground in front of us. It will be a boundary. You just tell that is his natural way of pushing it back in. He loses a little bit of height, pushes away towards his left side and pushes it in.
Yeah, and like we've seen, you don't have to miss by much. At least though he was full enough that the Bangladeshi batter there couldn't get any elevation. Keep it as full as you can.
Does he get it into the gap? You bet he does. Trying to get that Yorker in, Zahor Khan. Spent a lot of time as a net bowler with the Mumbai Indians in IPL 2020. Featured in the Pakistan Super League for the Quetta Gladiators. Featured in the ILT 20 as well. Best figures by an Emirati in one-day internationals, 6 for 34. Surely Niall O'Brien would have been one of them. You only got to bowl it straight and he misses it. Or I should say he missed it. Bit unfair, he's already left. Decent player, I've got to be nice to. I'll be nice to Niall O'Brien now he's not here. Good wicketkeeper, decent player.
But again, good skills from Zahor there. It's the KCC box. One of the massive clubs here in
there you go again.
Hong Kong. Powerhouse.
Any chance that was your club, the amount of times you mentioned the Kowloon Cricket Club?
Might have been there once or twice.
What a hospitality, easy for me to say, we had last night. Lovely group of people, nice food, some nice refreshments, rehydrated really well last night. Made to feel very welcome wherever we are in Hong Kong. Beautiful. Lovely flourish, high backlift, massive 6.
Massive hit. Just got his line wrong. Again, it's one of those situations, and I'm really interested in your thoughts on this, Talkie, that a lot of times the left-handers now, fast bowlers go straight around the wicket, where I got a feeling that you're bowling into their arc.
Yeah, create the angle from over and go across them. If somebody keeps cutting you and hitting you back with point, okay, but you're right. You've got to bowl wide, but also it's coming in from that angle. You're spot on. I never liked going round the wicket. 16 runs from the over, 3 gone, 45 without loss. already know 3 in tomorrow's semi-final. Australia take on Pakistan, 12:50 local time. And at 13:45, Sri Lanka, well, who are they going to take on? Bangladesh or the UAE? 45 without loss from 3. Zuhaib then. Bit of spin. Lovely. Lovely. Should have been run out, really.
Good length from the young leggy. Every ball, every dot so important. The UAE will be hoping, can they restrict them to 100? Less than 100.
None if they bowl them. 50 up then for Bangladesh. 50 comes up from those 23 deliveries.
Yeah, got to use the facilities, that's for sure. We've spoken how wonderful this wicket is. If it doesn't bounce, generally you're going to get met.
Just gone a little bit darker as well. Sun is dropping quickly here. And just to remind you that in the second innings it constitutes a game after 2 overs. UAE will have to keep an eye on where they need to be. And the way that Bangladesh are going in this over, it could be a big total they're chasing down.
Yeah, bowler under pressure now. 2 in a row. Again, got his length and probably his line just a tad wrong. And he pays the ultimate price.
Yeah, go with that dot ball, first ball. The next 2 gone out of the park. Comes off his pad and the wicketkeeper does well. Slips a bit towards the end. You'd expect that. Maybe a bit of dew forming as the night draws in. Stops the boundary. You coaches, you love it, don't you? I love making notes.
I'm always intrigued to know what people write in there, because sometimes I don't know what to write, so I just think I would say to myself, just write something so the guys think I'm doing something.
Well, I coached for, 3 or 4 years at Derbyshire. I never made a note. Just got the stats man to tell me what we need to do to win games. High in the air. Long off, gets underneath it. Takes it. Partnership comes to an end for Bangladesh, and UAE have their first wicket.
And it's a big one. They needed to break that partnership. El Mamoon, 31 of just 11 deliveries. Just couldn't get enough length on the shot. Bangladesh 59 for 1.
Mohamed Saifuddin then. 13 balls left in the innings. Projected score from here, 123. Maybe that's too many from here.
It'd be a good get. End of the 4th, it's 60 for 1.
Really good day. Day 2 today started off by Nepal, who beat Australia in the opening game. We saw England get off the mark and beat India, who haven't won a game. Australia were the first into the quarterfinals, then Pakistan. Sri Lanka, the other team. And at the moment, these 2 teams battling it out. Ryan Campbell, can UAE keep Bangladesh under 100?
Well, Zahore's been brought back for his second over. He delivers his Yorker exactly where he wants it. But so skillful are these batters that he costs 4, even though he probably got his Yorker exactly where he wanted it.
And we were talking about it earlier, and that the angle that you create as a bowler from round the wicket, it is an English type of way of bowling at left-handers. Duncan Fletcher was the coach who came in, the former Zimbabwean international, who has said to all the England bowlers, try and go around the wicket as early as you can to left-handers. Sometimes I don't agree.
Yeah, I just get a feeling at times you're just bowling into their wheelhouse. Most lefties love to hit the ball on the onside, and that natural angle coming into their pads causes them no issue.
There you're talking about it. Into that wheelhouse, clipped leg side. I don't mind it in Test match cricket because you don't expect shots like this. But in the shorter form, and with only having 4 fielders, just creates the angle.
Yeah, no room for error, that's for sure. That's definitely a 6. You can add a couple there. Put your hands up, thank you, sir. Right, halfway through this 5th over, the UAE suddenly under a bit of pressure.
Yeah, that projected score just keeps changing. Sure, Bangladesh from here thinking, what have we got left here? We've got 8 balls left. Can we get off those 8 balls more than 23, get into the 3 figures? And like the last 10 teams have done in this competition, set a total and defend it.
Yeah. What will they be comfortable with? 100, 105. UAE, what would they be comfortable with? 96, 97 would be awesome.
A little bit of a drop from the wicketkeeper. Batter wanted a wide, it's given a bye. Yeah, you've got to feel a little bit for the UAE. They're in a quarter-final, and if the light drops, then they'll have to try. If the umpires think that it's gone too dark, they'll have to try and get to whatever total they need to get to in 2 overs. If I'm the UAE captain, if I'm there in the middle, I'm saying it's fine. If I'm behind, we're carrying on, even after 2 overs. Even if it's pitch black and you can't see, keep coming. Chance of a semi-final. Nice shot. Strong, powerful, big over for Bangladesh. 24 from it. 5 overs are done, and they're 84 for 1. It's a great sight seeing the children coming in with that little baton. She's probably got a couple of autographs. And also supports a really fantastic nation at football. Yes, you smile. What a team we've got. 1966, we still go on about it.
You still remember that.
You beauty. Get in there. They think it's all over. It is now. Have to bowl that again.
All I ever hear when I'm in England, that apparently it's coming home.
Come on. Of course it's coming home. We'll just keep showing those 2005 Ashes as well. We love to repeat them. Johnny Wilkinson, keep showing that little drop kick against you Aussies. Get in there.
The amount of times I've had to sit through the 2005 replay. Oh my God, you win one series. Did you get a knighthood for that as well?
No, I wasn't part of that. I'd gone. We gave every night up to everybody, even fielders. High in the air. Is it going to be long enough? You bet. Only 42 metres.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough over here for us. If a couple of wides and a 6. Well, off 1 ball, he's under pressure.
Sliced. This will go for a boundary, maybe all the way as well. Put down by one of the Bangladesh players. And all of a sudden, they were struggling at one stage to get to 100. They're now thinking 110 from here. Little inside edge, can't be LBW, but that's better from Asif.
Yeah, be happy. A 1 seems like paradise at the moment.
Well, this is interesting. I like this from the umpire as well. The batter wanted to take his helmet off, and he said, no, we've got to get on with this game. Now he's taking his gloves off. Is he trying to play for a bit of time? Ryan Campbell, his coach, is that something you do?
I gotta admit, one of the things that drives me nuts is how many times players take their gloves off nowadays.
Yeah, and absolutely, he's telling him, come on, be fair. It's a semi-final place is on offer here. Be fair. So round the wicket again. Decent delivery.
Dot, worth gold. Absolutely worth its weight in gold here. 2 balls remaining. Your 110 that you just mentioned, maybe it's a hit away.
Now then, enough on it. Just 100 up then for Bangladesh. 10 sixes in the innings so far, and they've got a ball left.
110 is what you wanted. They're 1 hit away. And the way today's gone, odds are this is going for 6.
Yeah, 46 and 14 as well, the partnership. Up and over. 1 in 110. They've gone 1 more. 1, 1, 1 for 1. 52 partnership from 15. So, quarter-final 4. First innings done. And the UAE require 112 to get to the semis. Put into bat then by the UAE, Bangladesh. 34 from 17 for Jishan Al-Mamoon with 31 from 11, and Safiuddin with 36 from 9. Good partnership, 52 from 15.
Akif bowled the first over and bowled it really nicely. Just went for the 9, but then it just started to slip away from the UAE. Earlier in the day, we weren't sure what a good score is. Is 111 enough? We won't know. But this is what happened. This is how they got there. There was some unbelievable hitting as always. 36 from just 9 balls was an absolute peach of an innings.
Yeah, it's quite slow. We saw, 2 10-ball half centuries in the same game. Oman against England. 36 from 9. That included 5 maximums and 1-4. So, last game, day 2. It's match number 20. It's quarter-final number 4 to go through to the semi-final in the Cup competition and take on Sri Lanka. UAE, they require 112. Tomorrow, semi-finals, already know Australia versus Pakistan. Sri Lanka, they beat Nepal. Who will they take on? Will it be Bangladesh or will it be the UAE? There's some more semi-final action in the plates. You can see that top left-hand corner, slightly underneath the main competition in the Cup. Hong Kong will take on South Africa, and Nepal, well, they'll take on the loser of qualifier 4, and that is coming your way tomorrow. So, a couple of semi-finals on both sides. Dancing the night away in Hong Kong, and why wouldn't you? Enjoying your day at the Hong Kong Sixes competition. So, 111 for 1 Bangladesh, 112 required. It is getting dark.
It's been a long day, but it's been a great day. And we're 6 overs away from finding out who will be our last semi-finalists Will it be the men in pink, the UAE, or will it be the Tigers from Bangladesh?
Well, Ryan, optimistic considering that the light's dying on us. So we need 2 overs for this to be a legit match. And UAE are not only trying to fight that score that Bangladesh have put on the board of 111, but they're also fighting light. Can they get 2 overs and can they get a good score on the board? As I welcome Ryan Campbell and Abhishek Jhunjhunwala. Gentlemen, this is going to be a cracker of a run chase.
It seems like it. Bangladesh recovered quite well after taking a bit of time. Asif Khan is out there in the middle to start the proceedings for UAE. They bowled really well. They did execute their plans brilliantly in the first few overs. But Bangladesh managed to get away the back end of the innings. It's going to be an absolute cracker.
Khalid Shah at the crease with him. He got 42 in that game against India of just 10 deliveries. 34 against Pakistan. Right, first ball of the chase coming up. That's off with a slower delivery. That's a dot ball. It's worth its weight in gold.
As we've spoken about, dot balls are worth their weight in gold. And we haven't seen too many of them throughout the day. The UAE, they would love to get off to a flyer, that's for sure.
You've been a coach, Ryan. You knew that light could come into play. You had a target like 112. Well, that's the first wicket. Straight like an arrow into the stumps. First wicket for Bangladesh.
What a start. Perfect start for Bangladesh. UAE disappointed with that shot again, going across the line rather than just holding his shape and going straight down the track. Out for a duck, 0 for 1 UAE.
Asif. Asif. Well, he's walked back to the dugout. Start disturbing the scorers. Mohammad Zohaib comes in to join Khalid, the 2 best batters in the 2 games that we've seen so far. And the ball's keeping low, ain't it?
Yeah, just getting back to your point about, I guess in England quite a lot you're playing T20s in the rain. You've always got that's the big wicket. You've always got the Duckworth-Lewis score in your hand and you're trying to have an idea of what you want to be around. But you don't want to get too focused on that because you make mistakes, trying to keep up with the rate that doesn't exist. It may not rain.
He loses his shape while trying to hit that shot, but doesn't matter because that's a 6. It's into the net.
Yeah, that's a nice shot. Even though he couldn't control it as well as he would have liked, the ball still managed to carry. And you're absolutely right, Ryan. You can't be focusing too much about what we need to get into 2 overs or 3 overs. You've got to play the game as you're supposed to play the game. Yeah, there might be an option of a bad light. We don't know yet, but they got to go about their business as they would in general.
That is a 4th dot ball in that over. And interesting that you mentioned the numbers, Abhishek, because I've got the numbers in my hand. For this to be a legitimate game, after 2.1, after 13 balls, UAE need 41 on the board. At the end of 3 overs in the first delivery of the 4th, at the end of 19, they need 59. So would they be targeting that is the big question. It hasn't been a good start. There's 6 on the board. The umpire raises his finger and Zohaib has to walk back. Is this the best over that we've seen through the day so far?
Well, it could be, because it is a massive over in this contest, and that is absolutely salmon trout. Do not have to worry about that. That is out. The UAE lose their second wicket. They're 6 for 2.
New batter in is a little disarray, and did we see the ball shape a little bit at 5:30 Hong Kong time in the evening?
A little bit of swing there. Umpire got it absolutely correct. That's for sure. That was cannoning into middle stump.
Again, the shot selection. There's a lot of question mark on that. Again, crossed the line, and we have seen they have been successful just not so far. They presented full face of the bat whenever the ball is up there.
Oh, they're finding it hard to hit those sixes. The pressure is mounting. The boys from the Emirates.
You can see they pressed the panic button early here, Ryan.
Oh, I was just going to say the same thing. It's feeling, it's like a real sloggy now. It's, they've lost their shape. Again, they might have been thinking that, oh yeah, we got to be 60 after 3 overs, but they've changed their game plan, and like I say, they've become very sloggy, only looking in one direction.
Cut it off. Might just be a double. Considering this is quarter-final, the coin went up. You win the toss. Why would you choose to field?
I mean, that's the question we should be asking the 8 captains who have won the toss today. They've all chosen to bowl first.
Oh, well, I can look at that. At the end of 2.1 overs, 41 should be the target for UAE in case the play is interrupted due to bad light. They still need 32 more runs with 5 deliveries to go.
Yeah, it's another single. It's been another great over. I get the feeling that as it gets darker and darker, I think Bangladesh are going slower and slower as well.
I don't blame them. Absolutely don't blame them. That's going to be a game plan to slow the game as much as you can. There'll be field changes. There'll be a lot of tying their shoelaces. It's all going to happen there.
Well, and the thing is, we get back to that original point about winning the toss and choosing. I think there's been such a fear about how many runs you need to score. Everyone wants to go second, have a look at what someone wants to score.
Well, gentlemen, Dominic Cock is giving us company. Waiting for the car to pick him up. That's in the air, but just falls short. Reminds us of what Jonathan Trott did in that World Cup. It just went by, where Afghanistan, there's some instructions. Slow it down. And one of the players went down, didn't he?
I mean, that's what they want to do because they're far from it at the moment, UAE. And you're right, they had the opportunity to bat first and put a total on board. They didn't take that option.
Double again. Throw to the keeper's end. Safe. No, says the umpire.
I tell you, the other thing for me though, I'm just saying, if I'm UAE, you know what, guys? This is the sixes. We're here, we're all in it together. I don't care how dark it is. I'm staying here, I'm batting. You just go field it.
Yeah, I think so. You've got to give yourself the best option. If you can't win it in the first two, you've got to give yourself the option to play 6 overs and try and get as close as possible.
Mind you, there are a lot of Bangladeshi fans here to support their team. Getting seemingly difficult. Another dot. 7 from the over. 13 for 2. Well, this is what the worry was, wasn't it? The umpires in discussion. And are they going to offer the light to Bangladesh?
Yeah, I think the batters were complaining. I'm a bit puzzled. Why would the batters complain about the light when they know that if they don't get the runs, they lose? And also, they had the option of batting first when they won the toss. They didn't choose that option. They chose to bowl first. So no point complaining now.
Yeah, well, it looks like we're going to go on. We're going to bowl at least another over. So they only need about 80 off this one over.
And also Bangladesh, if they've been asked to bowl spin, they would carry on going pace. Because that's the harder one to see as a batter. If there's fast bowlers on, and if they're asked to use the spinners, they can deny it.
Even the match referees must be taking into account of the light right now as Abdullah Al Mamoon. That's gone. Second 6 of the match.
Not sure what he was complaining about, Brian.
Light's okay to me. It's fine.
I think when you see the ball, you hit it for a 6, it's fine. When you don't see it, that's when you start again saying, oh, I can't see the ball. But at the moment, he saw that properly, and that sailed over long on.
At this stage, they needed 41. Got in the 19. Needed a few more. Well, that's another 6. Consecutive 6s for Sanchit.
Well, 6 6s and an over. Does anyone want to make a call?
It's a bit too early, I would say, after the first 2 deliveries. But let's wait for another couple. Then we can definitely hope for another 6 6s.
Doesn't help that all those 6s, they have to find the ball again, which is wasting a little bit more time than UAE would like.
Number 3.
Third in a row. 31 for 2.
Seems like the batters just got their night vision on.
Right, gentlemen. They need to be at 59 with the first delivery of the next over. So in 3.1, 59, they are 28 away, and they've got 4 deliveries remaining.
It's 4 in a row. I'm telling you, something special's about to happen.
I just feel that if you're UAE, you should not be complaining about the light. You've got the best option of winning this game if you play all the overs.
And they're doing a phenomenal job of it. Sanchit, 4 6s, 25 or just 5. What do we have in store? He's changed his angle. It's high in the air. Fielder's getting underneath it, and he takes it. That's a catch. The danger man is gone.
Well, it's a big wicket. The fielder at least could see it. He knew exactly where it was. It was high into the night sky. Just didn't quite get the contact he wanted. And Sharma, 25 off 6 deliveries, is on his way. And the UAE are 37 for 3.
37 for 3. How badly is that wicket of Sanchit going to hurt UAE? Akif Raja, new batter at the crease. Good ball. Yorker still manages to carve it for 4. And that will be the end of the over. 41 for 3, chasing 112. And day 3 of the Hong Kong Sixes 2024. Well, you got New Zealand taking on England in the bowl group, and Hong Kong and South Africa, the two teams that could not progress to the semi-finals, take on each other, and so do Nepal and the loser of this game between UAE and Bangladesh. It's a massive discussion in the context of the game. UAE would want to continue, still 3 overs to go, and looks like it might just continue.
Also, the call from the umpire, is it safe? Is a safety concern as well about the players as well, and that's what the match referee would be discussing as well. Is it safe to play?
I've got a feeling that actually Bangladesh went in there and were happy to play as well. They said, come on, let's just keep going. We're here for the Sixers. We're all here for having a good time. Let's finish this.
And he's just asking the umpire, can we not play the 3 overs tomorrow? I don't think they can.
Well, because the batter wants to continue, the game will continue. Unless it becomes absolutely terrible, you can't side the ball, and it's not a danger anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the concern of injury is the first one here for the umpires and for the match referee as well. If you're UAE, you would want to go till the end, because that's the only way you can get to that 112 which you need to win.
Theoretically and numerically. That's a good ball from Saifuddin. Theoretically, they have to get 78. The first delivery of the next over. 43 for 3 right now.
I think the umpires have got together now and said, like, lads, we're trying, but I think we've had enough here. It has got very, very dark.
Yeah, they're just saying, the batters are saying, we're going to keep going. Because if we don't bat and we don't play the whole 6 overs, there's no way we're going to win this game. The only option they have is to bat for the 6 overs, but the umpire will have to make a call here along with the match referee.
Well, that's the thing. You can say all you want, but in the end of the day, the umpires make the final call. They're the rules. They're going to walk off, and we're going to shake hands, and it's going to be a Bangladesh win.
Yeah, well, if there is no more play, Bangladesh win and progress to the semi-finals, where Sri Lanka will be waiting for them. And considering what's ensuing in the middle, and the handshakes on the ground between the two teams, is that the writing on the wall for UAE? Has to be. They got to 43 of 20 deliveries. They lost 3 wickets, but it all goes back to that original decision. Would you have chosen to bowl first, considering this was the last game, was also the quarterfinal?
He must have thought about it. The light's going to be a concern. You must have taken the decision with that in mind, and now complaining doesn't solve anything here.
I'm with you 100%. Like we were here yesterday, obviously, and saw the last game. We all made comment about how dark it was starting to get. So they had to have that in the back of their mind, surely. But in saying all of that, I still think Bangladesh were the better team on the day. They got to 111, they took early wickets, and it looked like they were going to get the job done.
UAE can take a lot of heart from their performance. They lost to Pakistan, but then they won against the more fancied Indian side in a thriller. Won by just 1 run. That patch went down to the very last ball. Stuart Binney couldn't come back in time for that second run, but as things stand, it's become very dark here in Hong Kong. and Bangladesh are the team that progresses to the semi-final. It's an all-Asian second semi-final. Sri Lanka taking on Bangladesh. And before that, Australia will be in action against Pakistan. Sure, it's a very disappointed UAE unit, Ryan, considering it's got to win over India.
And again, no one wants to lose a game of cricket because it's the bad light. You want to play the 6 overs, win, lose or draw. You put your best foot forward. But, you know, unfortunately, this is the thing. It became so dark that someone could get injured, and that's the last thing we want. So, of course, UAE will be very, very disappointed, but they lost wickets early. They tried to go so hard to get up to a run rate that they thought they needed to be if it was to stop after 2 overs. But when you lose those wickets early, you're always in trouble.
The first couple of overs, when we saw, the light was good enough, where they couldn't capitalize, they lost wicket, and the game was out of their hand in the first 2 overs itself. And you've got to give a lot of credit to the Bangladeshi bowlers, the way they came out, bowled with purpose, executed their plan better than UAE.
And with the system in place for interrupted games, that's the result of quarterfinal number 4. Bangladesh go on to win this by 18 runs. They managed to get 111 on the board at bad light, and it's favored Bangladesh, who batted first. Victory by 18 runs. And a spot in the semi-final is theirs. Ryan, they really didn't have a chance with 111 on the board and that pressure of light interrupting the game, did they?
Yeah, they lost early wickets, unfortunately, in the pursuit of quick runs in the first couple of overs. And once you lose those wickets, Saffuddin was absolutely outstanding with 2 wickets in his first over. He set the tone, and Bangladesh, rightly so, get home and will be in the semi-final.
Saffuddin rocked them with 2 wickets in the very first over, and Bangladesh on the back of that terrific innings from Saffuddin and Jishan got to 111, and UAE could manage 43, having lost 2 wickets in that first over from who has to arguably be the player who had the maximum impact on this matchup, Saffuddin. 2 wickets for him. Bangladesh winning by 18 runs and making it to that second semi-final where they take on Sri Lanka. What a day it has been. It started with Australia taking on Nepal. And though they lost that game, Australia, they managed to win the game after that against Hong Kong, and they make it to the semi-finals where they'll face Pakistan, who won over South Africa, and Sri Lanka getting a win over Nepal, and now Bangladesh will take on the Lankans in that second semi-final. But the teams were not on the right side of the result in the quarterfinals. Hong Kong take on South Africa in the plate semi-final, the first one, and Nepal will be up against a distraught UAE, who would have wanted to be playing for that trophy. Won't be the case. Those 2 playoffs early in the morning, back to back, and then the bowl for teams who just struggled. Let's start right from the bottom. India, who have been winless in this edition of the Hong Kong Sixes. Oman, who are at the top of the table there. New Zealand and England. So, how does it look tomorrow as far as the viewers are concerned? Ryan, we've got a packed day, and it all starts off with New Zealand taking on England. That's a game in the bowl group, followed by Hong Kong and South Africa. That's the plate semi-final. The first one followed by Nepal and UAE. India will be in action against Oman. That's the only game that they have. And then the 2 big semi-finals, Australia taking on Pakistan, and an all-Asian semi-final between Sri Lanka and Bangladesh. Or there is a rivalry there. Do make note of the timings. We're coming to you live. The first match at 8:30 Hong Kong time. And that is a wrap from day 2. Thank you to Ryan Campbell and Abhishek Jhunjhunwala for giving us company. We'll see you tomorrow morning. It's goodbye.
And taking the number 1 spot this week are Afghanistan A's Allah Muhammad Ghazanfar and Bilal Sami for their sensational spells against Sri Lanka A in the final. The two bowlers ensured they shifted the momentum in favour of Afghanistan A after their twin strikes had Sri Lanka pegged back at 15 for 4 in the power play. Bilal Sani drew first blood as he dismissed Lankan openers Yashoda Lanka and Lahiru Udara and left Sri Lanka at 7 for 2.
First ball and first strike. Yashoda Lanka has played that straight to the fielder, but off. Oh, gone. Don't know where he was planning to play that one. I think he's got a little bit of an inside edge on that, but really out of depth.